Good evening everybody. Welcome to my short Monday night stream. Just move that window around a little bit. I think that's a little bit too high. I'm going to move that slightly underneath my window there. I might actually move that right the way down there. There we go. That might be easier. A bit more screen space there. There we go. So, usual things tonight. Hello, Pause Reset and Drop Pencil. Thanks for stopping by. And thank you for the follows to BSB Crames, Hecons, Pakux, Purple Cart, Oma Senkel, and the Sherbet Sam. And good evening, Scorshane Wow. And good evening to the Wow Queen, the Gold Queen. Mixed up my names there. Good evening everybody, and thank you all for stopping by. So, tonight's agenda. Let's see what we get. A nice dose of sugar there, Gold Queen, thank you very much. That's to go with my cooking. Just heard about me from the Wellhead article. Well, thank you BSB Crames, thanks for stopping by. You can be Wow Queen. I think that suits quite well, doesn't it? Love the leather working video. Okay, thank you BSB Crames, that's extremely kind of you. I'm glad you found that useful. I'm thinking of doing similar videos for all my professions as I learn them over time, so going on with that. Hey GeoHeb, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for stopping by. Well, have a great time with your family. Family comes first, so you can always catch up on the VOD later. So, but thanks ever so much for stopping by and saying hello. Right, first off, let's open up the mailbox. Ooh, we've got quite a few sales. Looks like quite a few expires as well. So let's clear the expires. I may not have enough bag space for all of this, but let's do the one lot. There we go. Right. Let's get this lot back on the auction house first, and then we can check those sales as they come in. So we're at 822,000 gold now, which is a pretty healthy amount. I'm pleased with that. Obviously thanks to our Saturday stream, Mass helping out with the Buy My Auctions. Did you do a new blog post, Gold Queen? Excellent, I'll have to check that out later. I didn't catch a tweet of it, so that'll be my reading for later. Just going to post up all of these. Hey Arnota, thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well tonight. Right, post up all these bits. If I got any sales coming in? No sales coming in at the moment, so all quiet on that front. So might as well get our auctions on and then see how things go. Let's get these expires. Might have to go past the... How much is this going to fill up? Decent amount there. Okay, right, let's go put these on. There we go. Right, another posting lot. This is a bit of food, a few pets that just haven't sold. That's fine, they'll sell one day, I'm sure. Not really enjoying the pet selling market, it's just way too slow on this server for me. Same with transmog. I much prefer the professions market. Dried bilberries, I don't remember having those on. But that is the region market average, so might as well. There we go. Internal auction error on something. Hey Rock Goldmaker, thanks for stopping by. Haven't seen you in a while, how are you doing today? Ah, thank you Sub-Level B for the host. Extremely kind of you. Right. What have we got? Expires. More expires. Lots of expires, in fact. Look at all those go through. All those enchants. That's a good healthy amount of enchants. Right. Let's get those back on, because hopefully we might get a few sales of those in the next hour. Fingers crossed. See whether we'll be undercutting the competition. I haven't really been looking at resetting the markets of enchants. I haven't really been following them that closely, to be honest. I've just been throwing stuff on. Hey, Bullywolf. Thanks for stopping by the stream. Hope you're doing well tonight. Right, we're going to go with that lot posted on. I might check the prices of those later, but stop slacking and break 1 million. Which we shall do, Bullywolf. I'm sure it won't take long now. You're not good. You just found out a week ago that your grandma is on life support. Oh, sorry to hear that, Rock Gold Maker. I've been super depressed lately. I'm going to see her for 8 days in the next couple of weeks. Well, I hope she does. She does recover, and all our love goes out to you and your family, Rock Gold Maker. Feel free to stop by and take your mind off things. That's what we're here for. Hey Costa, thanks for stopping by the stream. I hope you're doing well tonight. Right, a load more expires. Absolutely loads of expires here. What have we got? 21,000 in sales at the moment, so that's quite a healthy amount. So we'll post this lot on now. It's just going through, just posting up every bit that I open. And then by the time I come back to the mailbox, it should be ready for the next batch. Hopefully. When you get home, you'll be digging into the gold making scene again. And hope you can start streaming again as well. Excellent, Rock Gold Maker. Well, it'll be great to have you back amongst the community. Good evening, Pointy Gnome. Thanks for stopping by. How are you doing this fine evening? Right, that lot posted on. Okay, loads of posting tonight. So, last lot perhaps? Yep. Right, let's get these expires first. And then we can see... Doing good farming Mote of Harmony. Ah, okay. Hope you managed to get a good few motes there. Not sure what they sell for once they're combined. I haven't looked at them on my server. Don't really do much farming, but it's always good to diversify. Right, so looking at our sales from this morning. Nightborn Delicacy Platter, 4 Hastes, Lavish Feast, Fighter Chow, Barracuda Murglar, and Koi Scented Stormray. So a good amount of food selling there. 230 gold on your realm combined. Okay, that's a decent amount. Hey, the Sherbet Sam. And so, just getting into gold making and TSM, and you've been very helpful with my videos and streams so far, so thank you. Oh, well, you're most welcome, the Sherbet Sam. Kind of addicted to this mobile MMO called Lineage 2. Yes, that's why. Where is it? That's why my phone's a brick. I don't have any games on it apart from Snake. Well, you did a whole bunch of research into TSM over the weekend and you're feeling a little less apprehensive. I think I'll wait until after 4 comes live. Oh, okay. I wouldn't worry too much. What happens in 3 does translate. All the thinking translates over to 4. So there's no reason why, start with 3 and everything will get copied over, so you won't lose anything. And all that knowledge you start learning, because it does, for me anyway, it took a while to learn step by step. So by all means, jump right in on 3 if you're so inclined. The sooner you get started, the better. Farmed up 125 combined ones already. 7k trash in greens, worth under 200 gold. and looted 3k gold. Also have tons of greens worth 2 to 20k. That's a pretty good mix point, you know. Interesting to see which of that lot sells. Right, last post scan. Ghostly Skull, Imperial Moth. Now we did we do our daily cooldowns this morning? I believe I did, but I haven't been back to Warlords of Draenor to do my dailies there. So maybe I should pop over to there later on once I've done all my restocks. Really just want to get the first core part of the routine done, which is reposting, checking the mail, and then restocks after this. So let's run through. Oop. Someone's bought Barracuda Murglar, so that's the first sale coming through. Actually, I think I will move the window further up because it's easier. Nice to be able to see those as they come in. There we go. Right, that's everything posted on. Let's just open up TSM again so it knows to see the auctions that I've just put on. Then we can go to Enchanting first and go to our groups. And lately I've been restocking on everything, including my tomes, relics and bits and pieces, just to see which sells. And I do have a couple of Pandaria and Outland ones, but I don't think everything was available. So let's just double check that tonight. Let's pick up, well, let's do the enchants we can do, and then let's see what gathering tells us for the tomes. What I'd like to do in the future is set up a proper auctioning operation for a shopping operation for all the tomes. Struggling with max price on shopping for mats as you don't have a buy history. Any advice? Well, what I would do is maybe just have a look at the regular DB market price and take that average and start there at the DB market price, and then I'd turn on show me ones that are above max price so you can see the whole range of the market, and then you can sort of like just get an idea for what the sort of minimum and max is, and then double check that with looking at the items on the Undermine journal so you can look at the historical prices and see whether they're kind of like normal for this time for your server. And then those kind of bits of information in your head, you could probably start to get an idea as to the prices, and then just pick a few out, and then before long your average buy will be sort of like slightly below the market average, which is the aim really. So I would probably just stick with DB market for now until you've got enough for average buy, and then switch to average buy. And I missed out. Scoreshane Wow said, main reason you use Shayra's hookup is because she and Zonik had all the items in the game already in there. Yes, that was handy. If you want to start with that, and then it's already in there, and then you can just get stuck straight in. It's a different way of doing things. For me personally, I was always wanted to learn it myself by building it up, but that's just kind of like the way I do that. Bit apprehensive for the DB market with the API being down for a while. That is true. So you could always cross-reference that when you look at the price of something. Always look at the region and try and compare yours with them. Like for instance, my market value for Chaos Crystals at the moment is saying 287, but the region market average is 255. So I know I'm slightly above that, but not massively above that. Actually, looking at that says there's some for 215. So before I do anything, whilst I just spotted that, I'm going to have a look and see. Yep, there's definitely some cheap Chaos Crystals about. So the price of these has really come back down now, which is brilliant. They've gone way off of 400 now. I've got 2,600 of them now, so I'm really pleased about my stock levels. But I'm going to just keep buying them at the lower price. So my purchase price here is 293, so we're getting that down. So if we buy up this 41, then that's going to really help my averages. But I'm going to leave those, I'm going to take one of those two, I'm going to leave the other one on there, so if anyone undercuts that, then I'm going to pick up those. So that's good. What we do want to do is gather up some of these items. So started with Shayrers and Zyonix as well, and realised you didn't know what was all going on. Slowly building up stuff on my own, attempting to learn how your realm's market works. Yeah, there's basically that's kind of like the opposite, the other way of doing it, really. If you're happy with Shayrers, then it's a great starting point. But then if it gets a bit overwhelming, like it was for me, then yeah, start slow, build your way up, expand out, and then we'll all be making gold, which is fantastic. Oh, thank you, Emery, for the host. So we're going to do a shopping search with this. So this is looking, large prismatic are looking okay for buying. So we're going to buy those. And normally I'd have my shopping operation for this, but I'm going to go with what's on here. Now primal mana is looking a bit pricey. I need 5 of them. So the price is actually, the mat cost that TSM was thinking it would be is 171. Thanks, you followed yesterday, by the way. Oh, thank you, Sherbet Sam. Yes, I get the notifications through a bit late, but thank you for stopping by, and thank you for the follow as well. So 199 is slightly higher than I'd like, so I'm going to be losing. What's the primal mana for? Let's just have a look. We just want to mentally add this on. So 199s, call that 200, and TSM was thinking that's 30, so 150 gold extra it's going to cost us to buy these from looking at this. And which one is it used for? Let's move this over. Is it, which is the other one we're making? Where's my group? There we are. What are we making? Outland, so that's what we're making. Outland. So Outland profit was looking like, Outland profit was 990. Right, okay. Do I always buy my mats or do I farm them? I pretty much buy them, Sherbet Sam. It's, for me, a lot more time efficient, and I don't tend to enjoy farming myself. So, for me, it's kind of, it's my preferred way of doing it. Although I know other people enjoy farming, so by all means, they can farm as well. You just got to add in the time it takes you to farm is also the time you could be doing stuff on the auction house. So looking at this and looking at my prices, if I buy 5 of these at over the mat cost, which is 171, I need to add 150 or take 150 off of my profits. So that's still okay, that's still within profit margins. So I'm going to buy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 primal manas. And next we've got the Onyx, which is below mat price, so that's useful. We'll buy those. How many do we need? Just the 2, it looks like. Oh, the guy with the Crusader enchant came back and posted 20 at 990 again. Oh, that's a shame. You checked out the illusions. He's posted 10 illusions Outland for 4,500, so it's a 50% undercut. And the second lowest is priced at 9k. Yeah, that sounds like he's basically trying to dominate the market with his own prices, or her own prices. Not sure what you can do about that, really. Obviously, if they've got the materials and they're making a profit, then they're going to do it. The other things you can do, really, is just overcut, try and control the materials. The tomes especially need lots of different materials. So if you can control the markets on these, that might be quite useful. And now these are overpriced again for the amethysts. Now the amethysts are probably in, what are they in? Pandaria 1, I imagine. Pale amethyst, I need 2 of them. But in order to get 2, we have to buy these 2 at 126. So 50 gold. And the profit on Pandaria is 4.8, so that should be fine. So I can buy these 2 at overprice. That leaves me with Primal Fire at 1,299. Ooh, ouch. So which needs Primal Fire? Is that the Outland one? Yeah. The mat cost TSM is saying for Primal Fire is 577. So that, buying Primal Fire, I don't even have enough of them. So Primal Fire is taking Tome of Illusions Outland out of the market for me. So I'm not going to make it at that price. But it goes to show I could really do with having Primal Fire at a decent price. Okay, so Primal Fire takes that out. Ah, where's the other one gone? We want Pandaria. Hold on. Well, I think the idea is using the whiteboard, and I can put your ideas up on that instead of all the pads of paper you've been going through. Yes, that's. I'm glad you found that useful. I found it's a lot easier to just keep my ideas much neater in that way. I mean, I've got my notebook next to me where I write stuff down, but yeah, having the real-time board helps me kind of keep it neat. So I'm glad you found that useful. So we've lost our list of things in our group. Check the price of motor fire. That's a good point, Kostak. I wonder if we've got enough motes of fire to combine. Let's have a look. Let's move that down, and then we'll do a shopping search. Oh, looks like that isn't working. There we go. Mote of fire. How many motes have we got? We need, it's 10 motes, isn't it, into one primal fire. So we could do 50. So that would be 900 gold for the motor fire. And Outland Primal Fire was saying 577, so that's still overpriced. And then we've got a few here which is more reasonable, 4 and the 9. It might be worth just picking those up for the moment to keep our prices down. Might have to do some shopping operations for all of these to do it properly, so that I'm keeping an eye on these things more frequently. So yes, this isn't going to help me with tonight, but maybe I ought to pick up some for now. Let's pick up some for now. Greetings, Ignis. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well tonight. I'm going to pick up those. I'm not going to do the 50. I'm going to leave one on. There we go. Right. So back to what we could craft, which was a Pandaria tome. I'll queue up one of those. I need to go to the mailbox and pick up everything. So let's go pick up our purchases. That's a bit of a tongue twister. Motes of fire, Imperial Amethyst, Onyx. You bought 38,000 Foxflower with your Blood of Sargeras. Wow. I hope they sell, Ignis. That's a lot of Foxflower. I guess they'll go quite quickly though. I should have kept that up because now we're going to freeze. Right. Okay, so don't need that open. We need this for our Pandaria. Let's make that. And then let's switch over to tailoring. Looks like cooking's going to be the proper restock we're going to need to do. There's quite a few of those. So we'll look at that after we've done the tailoring. Right, groups, tailoring. You won't have enough for a hexweave bag just yet. So that's no good. Right, okay, over to cooking then. So cooking, we're going to want probably a fair amount. I imagine I'm going to have to go to my guild bank to pick it up. So cooking food, restock, there we go. 10 lavish Suramar feast, so that's decent. That's 8,500 profit if I sold all of those. So let's start the gathering. Move that over to the side. Intermediate crafting, we need to tick all of these and then go back to gathering, and now we need to go visit the guild bank. And pick up everything from there. Hopefully. Good evening, Pineyick. How are you this fine evening? I hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by. Just going through our usual restocks, enchanting, tailoring, and now cooking. So with that done, we need to just change our lists. Go back to this, and we want Drogbar style salmon times 3, barbecue ribs times 4, Suramar surf and turf times 3, barracuda times 4, and koi scented storm ray times 5. One question, if you were to do transfer from another server, can you move your guild if you're GM? I believe you can, but I do believe it costs more to do a guild transfer than it does to do a regular one. No, GM will move your bank. Okay. Yes, you have to pay for a guild transfer. Okay, I was right on that. Okay. I had a pretty good weekend on the sale of hexweave bags. You sold 50 in the 80 you made up for a little over 90k. Wow, that's a lot of tailors you must have, Scoreshame. You can transfer more gold if you move a guild on a character. Yes, I think you can. It's like there's quite a lot more, isn't it? The guild gets transferred and the GM gets transferred as well. Okay, so you just pay for the guild transfer and that one character goes through. I didn't know that. Useful to know. Always nice to sell hexweave bags. Yes, I'll know to you'd know, certainly. With your alt army. Right, with our trusty chef's hat on, let's get cooking. This is where I need my new emotes for the Samadan chef's hat. This would be useful. Just, I think I'll upload those this week and get them updated. Oh, I meant Guildmaster, not Games Master. Yes. That's how I took it to be. And that, and then Drogbar. And then Hungry. Oh, our cooking fire ran out. Where'd our cooking fire go? Interesting. And it's now, the cooldown's gone on it. That's frustrating. This is where I need Lil Ragnaros Gold Queen. Have to wait for that cooldown. Or I need to be in Ironforge and use the fires there. Or I need to be in Dalaran and use that there. Actually, speaking of which, I am going to Dalaran anyway, so let's head on over there. Let's go to Dalaran and finish off our cooking. So we need to see Nomi anyway. Right, onwards and upwards to Dalaran. I guess it would be upwards, wouldn't it, as it's a floating city. Right, load times. Maybe it's because I got my crafting window open. There we go. Well, no, my crafting window's gone anyway. There we go. Right. Okay, off to Nomi. Let's see what we've got in our recipes. Only 2 recipes left now, which I'm quite excited about. What have we got today? Oh, we've got our first scrap. That's going to be useful. So we need another 9 of those now. What else do we get? Prepared ingredients. Okay. Since the patch the other day, your load screens have gotten longer when going to cities. Oh, okay. Yeah, I found what with the sort of like the crafting windows taking longer to come up now, until they fix that with the beta. It's just kind of like the odd quality of life thing just seemed to make things a little bit slower, which is a shame. I'm sure we'll get it more streamlined. Poor Mr. Potato does struggle with these sometimes. Right, there we go. Hungry Magister, Galaxy Platter, and that should be 10 feasts. What are we missing? Some Drogbar style salmon. Okay, well, let's get what we can made done. Do I have a list of add-ons for reference? You like my bag add-on a lot. My bag add-on is called Addy Bags. I haven't got a list. I could do with doing a list of all my add-ons. But basically, yes, TSM, Addy Bags, Nomi Cakes. Let's actually be easier if I just bring it up. There we go, add-ons. Akis Recipe List, Addy Bags, Bulk Buy, although you can use TSM vendoring, so that's kind of redundant. Garrison Mission Manager, Gatherer I don't use. Genie I've tried using. I haven't found that very useful for organising the guild bank. Healbot obviously for me. I Sold More is useful for playing the sound. That's only if you're using TSM 4 beta. They are going to fix that, but that's a temporary one. Nomi Cakes obviously for Nomi, and then the World Quest Group Finder stuff. Satchel Scan is just a main thing for me as a priest. DBM stuff, and Cecile is the other one for the recipe tooltips. Good to know about guild transfer because you have 3 guilds on another server, and I had intended on transferring when you transfer 7 toons later this year. Cost difference, where you might be able to find the info. Yes, in the shop it would appear. I've never done any myself. No problem, BSB creams. Right, whilst we're here, we do need to redo our work orders. And what have we got? We've got 10 of those going already, so let's go to Cursed Queenfish, do those. There we go. It's our final 2. Might be quite costly now because we can't use lean shank anymore, but we'll get there. Right, we're missing for Drogbar style salmon. We're missing some for our lavish feast, so let's just double check that. Might as well get all of them done. How many were we missing? 10. So how many Drogbar style salmon should we make? Maybe let's make 2. Queue them up. And for that we need to gather some items. So let's start gathering for those. There we are. Right. If you're NA, the cost is $35 for Guildmaster Realm transfer. Wow. Right, gather those items. Right, hopefully that's going to be enough. Intermediate craft. was suggesting buy them from the auction house, so that could be why it didn't come in through the gathering there. It might have been cheaper to get them from the auction house. Put a fire down somewhere. And then make a couple of these. There we go. Now we can make our final few feasts. Thought it was $60. At least it was a few months ago. Wow. I wonder if it's more for a different service, VSP. Right, we've got all that. That needs to go onto the auction house. But whilst we're here in Dalaran, let's do our order hall quests. Might as well pick those up. And then we'll check the world quest, see if there's any decent bloods. We haven't been to the garrison in a while, so I could probably do with popping over there as well. Got about 40 minutes left on the stream, so should be able to get most stuff accomplished. Right. Onwards to the order hall. Well, it's looking busy tonight. Right, let's go pick up our dark zealots first. I'll need them. Oh, someone's doing some practicing of their shadow rotation. And look at everyone lining up. Right, what have you got? Reputation, that's going to be useful. More reputation is useful. And some bloods. Didn't get them full set though. Who got exhausted? Dark Zealots and the other ones. So we need to make ourselves some more of those. And then we need to make ourselves some more of these. Pick those up. Do that. Right. Then back to the mission table. What have we got that we could use? There's a gold one. Right, let's just pick this one for now and wait for the others to come through. Yeah, I'll leave the rest. Then we can go on to world quests. Let's have a look, see if there's any decent Bloods missions. I don't know what I'm doing for Bloods at the moment. I think I'm alright. Might be interesting in terms of not only changing realms, but faction as well. Wow, that's a complete change. Any reason why you're doing that, or is it just complete, you just want to change things up a bit? Coming as someone who's only ever really been on one server my entire WoW career for 13 years. Interesting to know sort of like the thinking behind changing servers. I'd go onto a new one. I'd make new characters for that, I think. Not a lot of Bloods. There's a 10 bacon. But other than that, not a lot. How are we actually doing for Bloods? We've got 54, so a reasonable amount. I might as well do these reps whilst we're here. That one, and that one. There we go. That might have been why it was 60 for us. You went from ally to horde and from a low pop to a high pop. Okay. You started adding characters for a new realm to expand your markets. Yeah, I think that's what I'd end up doing. I know you had 7 toons on Medivh and they are all horde, but after coming back you hooked up with some very old friends and they're all on alliance. Oh, okay. Well, that's the number one reason then, really, isn't it? Blame it on being Monday for your lack of remembering. I blame it on every day for me for my lack of remembering. Right, I'm not going to bother with those world quests, I don't think. I'm going to head straight to my garrison next and pick up our things. I don't know who's the trader today. Are we due? Let's bring this up. Move this over this side. let's just have a look at who on the EU is supposed to be up today. It's supposed to be the leather trader. Oh, now that would be good for Earthen. So I must remember to come back over with Earthen and check the leather trader. Let's wait for this to load up. Poor Mr. Potato's struggling tonight. Right, missions first. Do those, done. And then let's pick up that. Do that one. Let's look for some. Check the details on guild transfers. You need an authenticator. Okay. Well, that's a good point. Yeah, you might need to do a bit of extra security. It's all today on NA. Oh, okay, I know to. But if it's 60 to move the guild and the guild master and do the faction change, that will only be 5 more. Right, what do we want to do on here? Anything at 100 really, as they don't cost a lot. That one. There we go, that'll do. Not too bothered with those. So it's the leather trader for... That's the leather trader. Don't know if it's any use to me as... What can I get? I get Primal Spirit from Raw Beast Hide. Okay. So what I really want is Earthen to be able to get this. Let's swap over to Earthen. Now there's a technique Rasheen mentioned the other day about setting... You do a guild, do a raid thing or something. I can't remember what it was. You set up a raid and then... Oh, that was my phone. And then you can get the other character in. Let me just check that. Okay. Yeah. Right. So how is Earthen going to... Well, let's get Earthen back, actually. We may not need to do this a complicated way. What I'll do is go over to Earthen, have a look, and then if Earthen doesn't have the trader, then we can work out what we need to do to get him the leather trader. You do have an authenticator. Well, I hope that's alright. I have no idea, Scorchane. Hopefully. Right, good old Earthen was hanging around in the Alliance City, so probably needs to go Hearthstone back, and then we can have a look. Right, okay, so Garrison Hearthstone back. Now if he doesn't have the leather trader open, we can work out how to do it over swap from one character to another, hopefully, or see if there's a group up which we can join. That might be easier. Not sure people do that these days. Right, here we go. Let's have a look. Round. Ah, it is the leather trader. Excellent. So no need to do any fancy stuff. So we want these recipes. So what's this? Spiritual leather craft. Teaches you how to make burnished leather without rest. Okay. That's going to be useful. How much is this costing me? Is that raw beast hide? Looks like it is. And this is going to be burnished essence. Let's buy that. And mighty burnished essence. Let's buy that. There we go. It's a lot. Yes. So that's about 60 times 5. So that's 300 gold per item. But Savage Burnished Essence it hasn't been scanned by TSM, but it's saying that's a 10,000 region market sale average. That doesn't seem right. And Mighty Burnished Essence is 6,000. Hey Ariarvo, thanks for stopping by. How are you doing this fine evening? So, well, those are interesting. I'm not sure I want to buy any more Primal Spirit though at this point. Takes a ton of mats. Yeah. Well, we've got them now, which is the main thing for our recipe collection. So we've got what we've got here: dark leather tunic. That could be quite useful because we picked this up the other day, and the region market value for that is 1,496. Hey, Sephorium, thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well tonight. Just checking in on Irfan and his recipe collection. So let's do Mighty Burnished Essence and Savage Burnished Essence and Spiritual Leathercraft. Right. The rank 1 gold maker. That's a good title if ever I heard one. Right, let's pick all that up. Seems to be overflowing. Right, okay. So that's done. I'm not going to look into that too much now because I want to finish up with Samadan. So let's log out with Irfan and swap back to Samadan and finish off what we were doing, which was the garrison bits, the herbs, the Gorgon fly trap, the hex weave, and then I'm not sure we'll have time to do this Tannan. Let's see if we can get over. Have a look. Maybe do a bit more, at least, I think. And we need to get those auctions back on. That's another thing we definitely need to do. Yeah, definitely getting longer load times now. There might be Mr. Potato struggling a little bit, perhaps. Maybe I ought to close a window or two. Let's get rid of that one. There we go. Right, so we didn't need to do that with Samadan, so we'll head around and pick up our garrison resources, and then we'll head on over, check the trading post first, sumptuous fur is expensive, so we'll leave that. So let's do Gorgon fly trap instead. So do all of this. Pick up our seeds. You turn so TSM off on your main. It got laggy because of failure. That's a shame. Hey Emery, how are you doing? How's the million looking? Congratulations on your first milestone. That's an awesome achievement. The main doesn't do do auction house. There's no reason to keep it on then, really, Kostek. Probably just save you that hassle. The million is ripped because you bought a WoW token. Well, that's the way. It's better to buy a token and have some capital left over. But it's good to have that mark, though. So, congratulations. Right, here we go. And work order for the seeds. Make a load more. And then head on over on Binky to our hexweave production. Well, there's loads here. We haven't picked this up in a while. Kind of running low on sumptuous fur, so that's going to be a slight issue. I have got some rush work orders though, somewhere. Thought I had. I don't seem to have them actually. No. Oh well, let's just do it the regular way. This one. Create all. Yeah, down to 247 there. Got to do the traps. Yes, Arnoto. I need to. I have got the thingy over here set up for the traps. I just haven't gotten rounds to setting them and doing all that stuff. These trap things. But whilst we're here, let's see if we can do a bit of the old lines rest dailies. See if these are fairly quick or not to do. So we need to go to lines and watch, not lines rest. It's not too far away, so that's quite good. Let's see what this does. Need to get that barn to level 3. Oh, okay. Or do Nagrand for 15 minutes and you're good to go. Okay. There's definitely options there then for sumptuous fur. Trying to get flying is the main thing. Yes, the trading post does let you buy materials for garrison resources, which I do whenever sumptuous fur is 16 garrison resources. If it's more than that, then I don't bother. So I check it every time I go to the garrison, and if it's more, you don't talk about traps. You can't do Nagrand if the barn is not level 3. Oh, okay. Well, there's something else I need to work on and level up. Just want to have a look at what these dailies are like. How achievable they are. It was this one and this one, I believe. That one. And this one. So what do we need to do? Iron Horde Orc Slain, and what's this? That's Iron Horde Orcs, and that's a larger area of them. Okay, well let's go with the larger area. Right, let's head this way. Oh, let's not swim. Let's use the path. Come on, Samadan. Why do you keep forgetting to do these dailies? I know it's a constant thing, isn't it, Emery? Trying to remember everything. Right, where are the orcs? Here. Need 25 of these. Okay, this looks fairly doable. Need some bear tartare for this, really. I was going to run around, but we'll do it the old-fashioned way, as we're kind of OP on this. Do that one. Do that one, do that one, do that one, and that one. Should be just do all this whole crowd here. That should work. And you, and then do that. Okay. What's this one for? Drop pencil. Let's have a look. Old best gold guides. And fur farming spot. Okay, I'm going to bookmark that one drop pencil and look at it later, because that's going to be definitely useful for getting some fur when I want it. Thank you for that. You have tons of transmog items to sell and place them in a group. Obviously there are other sellers. Is the best way to do minimum price 95% DB min buyout, normal price DB min buyout. For transmog, I've been using region averages, just because I tend to overinflate stuff as a generic one. I've got like a old world's region. I'm not sure if this is the wisest way of doing it. There are often groups in the group finder that farm there. Okay, thank you, drop pencil. So I tend to do them at 50% DB region market average, 300% DB region market average, and then my normal price is 110% DB region market average. And best with a monk. Okay, Bullywolf. I need to get myself a monk. That's on the list. So that's what I use, but I'm not really into transmog, and that's probably not the best way of pricing it. I'm sure there are better ways. Just need to kill a few more of these. There we go. That's done. What's the other quest we needed? Unseen influence. Was it that one? Yes, it was this one. I have to go all the way over here. Okay, that's going to be a bit of a pain. Oh well, let's head on over. Should, actually no, probably haven't got enough time to do that, looking at the time. I'm going to do the hand in instead. Come with you anytime. Do you farm there 3 to 4 times a week? Oh, thank you, Costo. That's very kind of you. I'm not much of a farmer, I must admit. 4 tailors and a drum maker. Best way is to post everything at 25% market and let someone else deal with it. It's not a bad idea, Sephorium. Oh, thank you, Gumdrops, for the host. Wherever you may be, having adventures. Husband's a monk, you're a hunter. You just need to loot and skin. That's pretty cool. Right, was this one we handed in? No, it's this one. Look at the colours, Samadan. There we go. Do that one. Okay. At least we got some rep with that one. Don't think I've got time to do the other one. I want to really head back to the auction house and get those. Gumdrops, the Norway adventurer. Yes, exactly. I'm sure he's having fun. Been able to catch his streams, either live or on VODs, and he does sound happy, which is the main thing. So we're going to head back to the auction house, put on those things we made, all our cooking we did from earlier, and just double check everything that I've got. And we haven't done a shopping scan, so we really ought to do that. Reminds me of open auction house. Right, what are we doing here? I don't remember a moment. Yes. That's typical Samadan. I get very easily distracted. There's so much to think about. That's the main thing, I think, It's kind of like you have a train of thought as to what you're going to do. You've got your normal routine stuff, which is useful, but then when there's other stuff that you're remembering, and then you see something like a good deal, or you see some other material that you're meant to add to your shopping list or something like that, then they all cascade on top of each other. That's my excuse anyway. Right, auctioning, run a post scan. Right, let's get all this stuff that we had put on. Your game has a lot of squirrels too. Yeah, absolutely. It's pesky squirrels. Squirrel! Actually, no. There's cats, mainly. No cats around at the moment. Right, Barracuda, Binding of Haste, loads of food, the Tome of Illusions. Right, all of that to go on. Squirrels are the best. Absolutely. Right, shopping. Let's have a look. Shopping, scan. Let's start with the good stuff. Just the good stuff. I'm going to have to split this out. My shopping operations need a bit of cleaning up. Definitely. Squirrels are part of the reason you play Druid. Hey Penguin, thanks for stopping by. You want to start doing cooking in Legion, but haven't done it at all. You heard about Feast being the best, but the Legion cooking is confusing. How do you get the recipe? There is a guide that I followed that was really useful. Let me find the link to it. It was... where's my list? Here we go. This was on stormspire.net from the consortium. It was a really concise way of what you need to do to get all the different recipes. And let me see if I can post this in. There we go. So that should hopefully work. Yeah, it looks like it did post. Hold on, let's just move that down and move that back up. There we go. So I used that to help me get the recipes I needed, and then the rest is just know me, all know me. And what do you say there? And the beautiful zones like Shal'dorei Basin. Yes, there's a lot of beautiful zones in WoW. That's why I need to update my graphics card really, so I can turn everything up to max. You see you everywhere. Too late in the game to get started with cooking, in your opinion. It's going to be winding down soon, and the recipe process is lengthy. That is true, Sephorium. It takes a long time. It's a long time with Nomi going through all the recipes. So yes, as Sephorium said, it may not be worth it, but it depends on your server. You never know. And things like Bear Tartar, unless there's something else in Battle for Azeroth that replaces it. So it depends if you think it'll be fun. Depends on your server, but it is quite a pain to do it all. Maybe it's something you could fire and forget once you do. I mean, the initial recipes is actually quite quick to do. You can get those quite easily. It's only like a half-hour thing, and then if you stock up on the ingredients, you could maybe just throw Nomi some work orders every now and again, and then keep it ticking over. So you don't have to really think about it too much. So maybe not think of it as a primary profession, but maybe if you do fancy it, just tick it over for a little while. Well, there's a lot of expensive stuff on my shopping list actually. The only thing that's cheap is Chaos Crystals, which is unusual. Normally there's some of this stuff would be cheaper. Sumptuous Furs at 5 gold 94. Arcana's at 19, Leylight's up. Yeah, but don't dump a bunch of gold into it. That's a good point, Sephorium. Keep with the cheap ingredients like lean shank, so you're not feeding Nomi all the expensive stuff. Alright, do you want to buy any more Chaos Crystals? There's a few more that have come on. I'm going to leave those actually. I think we've got enough. So let's go to cloth instead and run a shopping scan on that. Also, anyone horde with the fur trader in their garrison, you need to find someone with it. Okay. Yeah. Anyone got one? Have a look in the group finder, see if there is one. I know there's quite a few. There's a few people on the US here, so if they can help out Penguin with a trader. Depends if the completionist in you can handle having missing recipes. Yes, that's a good point. Yeah, the completionist in me definitely would like to make sure I'm keeping all my recipes. Which is looking low. Fell cloth is expensive at the moment, so I won't be buying that. Windwool and ember silk are up there. Nothing too cheap, unfortunately, and I've got a good stock of everything else. So let's leave that. Let's try leather. How's leather looking tonight? Stone hide's expensive. Raw beast hide's cheaper. Storm scale's expensive. You got your new void elf name for when you make one. Excellent, Arnota. What's the name going to be? Right, okay. Raw beast hide. How much have we got? 2,300 with an average price of $5.59 purchase. So we definitely want it cheaper. Just some weeb, lol. Bet it's void something. Yes, Carpata. Vinhistra. Void. Voidy McVoid face. Vinestra. Ah, that's quite a nice one. I like the sound of that, Emery. Right, gonna buy up Avoiding You. Some great names. Right, so 564. There's loads here at 496. So I've been buying raw beast hide way too expensively at the moment. How much do I need is the question. 2,600 seems quite a lot, but it may get used quite a lot. So I'm going to buy up some of these stacks of 200. Now we'll buy half of them up. There we go. Avoiding McTentacles. That's a good one. Right, let's pick up this and we'll send it straight to Earthen. Mail selected groups. There we go. So that's that done. Wow, look at all those chaos crystals. That is a sight to behold. There we go, just neaten that up. So, I think that's pretty much most of what I wanted to accomplish today in the short time that I am on a Monday. So, I think I'll probably wrap up the stream there. Thank you everyone for stopping by, even short as it is. Your company's been most appreciated. Let's see if there's anyone we can pass a host on to. Looks like Shin's on, so I think let's get let's pass that on to Shin. Let me just start that up and then I can mute the advert when it comes on. There we go. Okay. 900k profit in 2 weeks on Ravencrest. That's pretty good, Krapata. Needs to journey into more professions. Yes, definitely. Definitely more professions. No problem. Thank you, Emery, and thank you, Scorshane Wow, and Drop Pencil. Thank you, the Sherbet Sam. Have a great evening, everyone. I'm going to spend some time with my family. I'm going to just post a host over to Shen. Right, see if I can type this up. Such a long name. There we go. Right, host going over to Shin, so thank you everyone and have a great evening.